again, no, I'm not in any way condoning violence. Like nothing is okay about this, but there's definitely something off about the backstory.
Well, and again, we're dealing with a situation that everyone is going to be making a big deal about on both sides. The fact that some people think it's a lover's quarrel, some say this guy was in the Green Party.
I don't think that there's a lover's thing. That's silly. But see, as you can see, everybody's going to try to just use it for the narrative that they want.
The bigger story should really be,
this is what I think.
We're seeing the downfall of society. We're seeing, you normally wouldn't see, transients, if you will, going into, I believe they live in the Pacific Heights neighborhood of San Francisco, which is the wealthiest neighborhood in San Francisco. And so if you're going to do that, you normally don't see that. But eventually people are just going to, they're not taking it anymore. Guys, make sure that you smash the like button, share this, get it out there. I want to have as many people watching, even though it's just us.
Well, it's just, and Peter. But that's to me the biggest story here that, of course, is not being talked about. So in the meantime, apparently now congressional representatives have been given an extra $10,000 for their security, for their home security. And I don't have a problem with that per se, but why aren't we talking about how we're living in a situation where this is such a problem? Because there is a big cause of that, I do believe, is because of those people that are in those offices. So there's a reason that we don't have healthcare and this guy didn't have healthcare. There's a reason that people are so desperate and frustrated. Our voices are being stifled. We're now in Florida, you can drive your car into a protest. Our elections are our voters are constantly being suppressed. So our means of nonviolent speech are being depleted and stifled and censored. So you're only going to see people getting more outraged. And I've been saying it for a long time. It's going to get more violent. People can only be squeezed so far. But instead of us addressing all of those factors that are creating that kind of uprising, we're just paying for more security. And it's sort of the same way we're handling the school violence and the shooting in the schools. We're just going to throw more money into security. Again, I don't have a problem with paying for security, but we need to be addressing the causes of the problem. And we're not doing it in either case. So to me, I think that people in those positions, when you are going to act consistently, brazenly corrupt in everyone's face, and you're going to constantly get away with it, and you're going to create policy that only benefits you and your friends. You're going to do some things that are basically against what the majority of people want, yet you're our employee. People are going to start to get pissed, and people are going to start to come after you all. It's just what's going to happen. I mean, we tried to do this the easy way. We offered you an easy way in 2016. It was called Bernie Sanders. That was the easy way. But no, you didn't want to do it the easy way. So now we're doing it the hard way. But unfortunately, it's going to include violence. That's what happens when you push people to their end. And this particular guy does seem like it was a mentally ill person.
Absolutely.
And granted, anybody that's going to act in that kind of moment and go in and do violence in that moment, to me, isn't really thinking clearly, whatever their case is. But when we see more and more desperate people with lack of resources, lack of access to healthcare, lack of options, this is the kind of thing that I think is going to happen. And I think that we're not talking about that. We're just upping security.
Yeah, it's no different than if you're increasing the amount of police you have on the street without addressing the core issues as to why those types of things actually end up happening. And that is a great saying.
I love that. And it's true, but it's particularly very apropos right now.
Well, sometimes putting that in context really does make a difference.
But no, and I'm not a supporter of violence. I'm actually very supporter of complete nonviolence. I'm against all the wars. I'm against all of it. We offered you the peaceful solution. People don't want to do the peaceful solution. They think they do, but they don't really. They're scared of that. So this is the alternative.
Well, the peaceful solution is also not as profitable. And if you can put a lot more cops on the beat rather than dealing with the fact that we have an opioid crisis, and that's being taken to one extreme, the fact that people are not paid a living wage, that's another extreme. The fact that we don't have universal health care, that's another extreme. The fact that the climate crisis is real, and whether you believe it or not, people can't drink clean water, that's an extreme. All these things are relatable. And so after a while, you start looking around and noticing some very extreme tactics. Well, I wouldn't even say it's extreme tactics as of yet, but I would definitely say that those tactics are on their way, because now, as a result of not getting anything done, and you all could probably have an opinion one way or the other regarding the war in Ukraine, but now these public officials, particularly AOC, Ilhan Omar, and I believe President Obama, they're getting heckled now. And people, the fact that so many, especially in liberal politics, rely on decorum and don't like this type of thing. They want everything to be civil, but civil is not how anything gets done if the people in charge who are supposed to be civil are not doing anything to help you. I mean, where are we now? We're in a level of desperation that people, I don't think, fully comprehend right now. And
yeah, I mean, think about, like, this is what I think to people. Like, if I were somebody who lost a child because I couldn't get the health care, or I didn't have the means to get certain medicine that they needed or whatever it was, and I lost a child because of that, I don't know that the mental condition that I would or wouldn't be in, and whether or not I would lose it and go try to take it out on someone who I thought was part of the problem. And I got to tell you, I get it. There are just, people are just in such a bad way. And you've got people like the Speaker of our House that are completely oblivious and brazenly doing things like, insider trading crap. It's disgusting. Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.